glad you're here. Imagine a child who grows up in a world where the future feels small. Imagine a boy whose hands are empty, whose pockets carry nothing but dreams, yet whose heart refuses to accept the life the world expects him to live. Imagine a young man who fails again and again, fails in school, fails in exams, fails in jobs, but somehow keeps walking forward. Imagine a man who knows nothing about technology, who never wrote a single line of code, who has no connections, no power, no money, yet becomes the creator of one of the largest online empires in human history. This is not a myth. This is not a fairy tale. This is the extraordinary journey of Jack Ma, the man who turned rejection into fuel, failure into strength, and weakness into unstoppable determination. Tonight, we tell his story, slowly, deeply, visually, the way a true radio story should be told. So lean back, open your heart, and let this long, emotional journey unfold. The boy with no promises. Jack Ma was born in 1964 in Hangzhou, China, a beautiful city with lakes and old streets. But for his family, life was simple, modest, and difficult. His parents worked as traditional performers. They earned little. They had no luxury, no opportunities, no idea that their thin, fragile child would someday shake the world. Jack was small, thin, weak, often sick. He had no special skills, no natural talents. And at school, he struggled. He failed math again and again. Teachers found him difficult. Students mocked him. His future, to anyone who looked, felt hopeless. But Jack had something inside him that no exam could measure. A hunger to understand the world. A curiosity that refused to die. The bicycle, the hotel, and the foreign world. When Jack was 12, China was still closed off. Foreigners were rare. Information was limited. Dreams had walls around them. But Jack wanted to break those walls. Every morning at 5 a.m., he climbed onto an old bicycle and rode almost 45 minutes to the Hangzhou Hotel, the place where foreign tourists stayed. He worked as an unpaid guide. He gave tours for free. He practiced English with anyone who would talk to him. He did this not for a week, not for a year, but for 9 years. Cold mornings, rainy days, hot summers, school stress, family pressure. Nothing stopped him. This was discipline. This was obsession. This was the moment the world began to open its doors to Jack Ma. One tourist even gave him a nickname, Jack. A name simple, friendly, global. The boy named Ma Yun became Jack. A life of failure. Jack Ma's life can be described in one word: failure. Repeated, relentless, unforgiving failure. In middle school, he failed twice. In high school, 3 times. Then came the National College Entrance Exam, the exam that decides your future in China. Jack failed. He failed again. He failed a 3rd time. His math score the first time? 1 point. Yes. 1. People laughed. People told him he wasn't smart enough. His family even begged him to stop trying. But Jack said, "I will try again tomorrow." And on the 3rd attempt, not because he scored high, but because the English department needed more students, Jack Ma entered Hangzhou Normal University. Sometimes life opens the door for those who knock the longest. A teacher with a bigger dream. Jack studied English. He joined student groups. He became leader of the student union. He learned to speak confidently, to inspire, to lead. In 1988, he graduated and became an English teacher. His salary? About $15 a month. But he loved teaching. He loved encouraging young people. He loved helping others believe in themselves. However, deep inside, Jack felt something calling him. He didn't know what it was, only that his future was waiting somewhere far beyond the classroom. The 31 rejections. Jack wanted a better life. He wanted challenges, opportunities, a chance to prove himself. So he applied for jobs 31 times. Police department? Rejected. Hotel receptionist? Rejected. Restaurant waiter? Rejected. Even KFC rejected him. 24 applied, 23 got hired. Jack was the only one not chosen. Imagine that. Imagine standing in a line with 23 people and hearing, "Everyone except you." But Jack did not break. He did not complain. He told himself, "Someday, I will find my own way." And life was listening. Touching the internet for the first time. In 1995, Jack traveled to the United States as a translator. He saw a computer. He touched the internet. He typed the word beer, American beer, German beer, Japanese beer. Then he typed China. Nothing. He sat there in shock. A country of more than 1 billion people was invisible online. Jack felt something awaken inside him. A voice saying, "Maybe no one has done it yet. Maybe I should." He went back to China with a fire in his heart. China Pages, the first failure that mattered. Jack borrowed $2,000 from friends and started his first internet company, China Pages. The idea was simple: help Chinese companies get online. But China wasn't ready yet. People didn't trust the internet. Government rules were strict. Technology was weak. China Pages struggled. It failed. But this time, Jack didn't feel defeated. He felt stronger. because failure was beginning to teach him the language of success. 18 people in a small apartment. Jack was now 35. He had no money, no office, no technology, but he had a dream that burned brighter than everything he lacked. He invited 17 friends to his small apartment. They sat on the ground, no chairs, no desks. Jack stood before them and said, "Let's build a company that connects China to the world. Let's call it Alibaba." Why Alibaba? Because open sesame meant opening opportunity, opening doors. 18 people agreed. They became the first team of Alibaba. They worked night and day. They believed they were part of something historic, and they were. The miracle investment. Jack tried to get loans from banks, rejected 10 times. People said his idea was crazy. They said China didn't need e-commerce. They said the internet was a joke. Then came Masayoshi Son from Japan, founder of SoftBank. Jack spoke for 5 minutes. 5. Son looked at him and said, "I will invest $20 million. Jack blinked in disbelief. "Don't you want to see my business plan?" he asked. Son replied, "I'm not investing in the plan. I'm investing in you." It was one of the most important decisions in tech history. The giant battle. Alibaba versus eBay. eBay entered China, a global giant, rich, powerful, experienced. Everyone said Alibaba would die, but Jack saw something others didn't. eBay is a shark in the ocean. We are a crocodile in the Yangtze River. If we fight in the ocean, we lose. If we fight in our river, we win. Jack launched Taobao, a colorful, friendly, free platform designed specifically for Chinese sellers. People loved it. eBay didn't understand China. Taobao did. In 2006, eBay left China. A small team from an old apartment defeated a global giant. The rise of an empire. Alibaba grew into an ecosystem. Alibaba B2B, Taobao, Tmall, AliExpress, Alipay, Alibaba Cloud. Millions of small businesses across China used Alibaba to survive, to grow, to dream. Jack Ma became a symbol of hope, innovation, and possibility. The biggest IPO in the world. New York Stock Exchange. Alibaba goes public. $25 billion. The largest IPO in history at that time. Jack Ma becomes the richest man in China. When reporters asked how he felt, he said, "This is not my money. I am only holding it for the people." Chapter 13. The teacher returns. Even with fame and fortune, Jack stayed humble. He loved young people. He believed in small businesses. He believed in education. He created the Jack Ma Foundation. He donated to schools. He helped rural teachers. He encouraged students to dream big. He told them, "Don't chase money, chase learning. If you don't give up, you still have a chance." The mysterious disappearance. Jack gave a speech criticizing the financial system. Soon after, he vanished. No interviews, no events, no public appearances. The world began asking, "Where is Jack Ma?" 3 months later, he appeared in a short video. Quiet, thin, humble. Something had changed. His influence faded. His voice softened. But his legend grew. The legacy of a man who refused to stop. Jack Ma's story is not about being the smartest, not about being the richest, not about knowing technology. It is about never giving up. It is about a boy who was rejected by KFC, rejected by police, rejected by universities, rejected by life itself, yet still said, "I will try again tomorrow." Jack Ma proves that you don't need to be born rich. You don't need perfect English. You don't need connections. You don't need to be a genius. You only need to believe, to keep moving, to rise again every time you fall. Because sometimes your greatest rejection is simply life pushing you toward your true destiny. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to share it with someone who might like it too.